These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Bluwolf. Bluwolf, I have many very good sources and in very high places. I take my responsibility very seriously. I speak only when the time is precise and I cut it very short. The variable the variables or shifts that transpire is not because of false information, but simply because of corrupt government parties and their puppetry agendas and the so-called elites. I don't control this outcome. This is up to your commander-in-chief. My voice, as of many others, have reached his ears, and we have encouraged to give the go. And you know what? He is really pushing it forward thanks to all who have written to him. We encourage him to release the RV redemption last 2nd of October, and he ordered it. But then, because of a security breach, that was postponed somehow till today. Your blessings are now just hours away, and this will get done if Mr. President overrides everything and does so. We will have a Merry Christmas. All right, MarkZ via PDK. What I'm seeing right now is continued in Iraq and Vietnam as they prepare for the change in the value of their currencies. This is what brings me the most comfort right now. It has gone from the CBI level to the individual bank level in Iraq as they work on the education process. Timing-wise, my best guess is it will happen sooner rather than later. All right, Breitling. People are looking at the Iraqi dinar and saying there has never been a currency ever that they added that much value overnight. How can they do that? That value was taken away. It's not inflation. How did they take it away? They printed more currency. All right, Pimpy, the deletion of the zeros. What that means is devaluing the currency, the Iraqi dinar, which is not the same as deleting the zeros off the rate. That's different. I'm talking about deleting the zeros off the dinar. So what happens is 1,000 dinar become 1 dinar. That doesn't help Iraq at all. There's a lot of back and forth about this. You've got one person talking about they need to delete off the exchange rate, which we love and support that, of course, because that's good for us. But the deletion off the currency is not good. Just be happy that they're talking about it. We want to see that they do not. We want to see what they do, not what they say. Okay, Mountain Goat article quote, the International Monetary Fund intends to lend Iraq $7 billion, unquote. We know Iraq does not have the funds to pay salaries beyond September. They are late already paying November's. Okay, so why would the IMF all of a sudden change its mind and decide to loan Iraq money? They just told us 6 months ago there was a moratorium on loaning any money to Iraq. So what has changed? I'll tell you, it was the fact that Iraq presented the white paper, and the second major reform on it is the project to delete the zeros. By completing this project, it leads to the reinstatement we are looking for. This article is yet another indication that the reinstatement is much sooner than later. All right, Frank26, in my opinion, there are 5 steps that we are looking at. What are the 5 steps? Number 1, the executive bankers that they met with the CBI, and the CBI told the executive branch level, all the banks in Iraq, this is what we're doing with the monetary reform, the count, the printing, the new exchange rate, the date we want to do this, the rate we're going to come out at. That was 2 weeks ago. Now, step 2, the senior executive level at the banks. That was last week. Step 3, this week the floor managers are going to start receiving their information. Step 4, that would be the tellers. This will probably be more likely next week or the week after. The managers this week, and then it goes to the tellers. Step 5, the citizens. It's going fast. All right, Jeff, deleting the zeros could mean deleting zeros off the physical note themselves or off the rate. When they reference delete the zeros, they mean in a way 2 things. They do mean delete the zeros off the note because they're going to replace the larger 3-0 notes with the smaller notes, and nothing greater than $100 dinar. 100 dinar. But the phrase deleting the zeros really means deleting the zeros off the exchange rate. 0.00086 becomes 0.86. The only way they can strengthen the dinar is to replace large notes with small notes and delete zeros off the exchange rate to increase the value. That's all this means, nothing more. All right, Bruce via Wiser Now. We have reason to believe that some green light, so to speak, has been lit already, and we are expecting things to happen in a relatively short period of time for us. The information we're getting out of Iraq is that the ATM machines that are loaded in Iraq with the lower denominations of the new Iraqi dinar are to be switched on and finally turned on either Wednesday or Thursday, and we're looking for Iraq to put out an international rate, probably Wednesday or Thursday. The latest information is telling us that certain banks are sources for this from the high end corporate level, that we are in a very narrow window right now. In fact, from 4 separate sources that I'm getting, a within 36-hour window from 8 o'clock Eastern Tuesday. The timing for release from a very interesting and qualified source, depending on what time zone you're in. This could be a very late night or a very early morning event for us. I'm excited more than I have ever been. The fact that it really does appear that this is coming is to a distinctly beautiful ending for us.